Noswaith pawb. Good evening, everyone, from a very wet and windy Holyhead. This has been an extraordinary year. When I became your Member of Parliament last December, none of us could have anticipated how the next few months would turn out. However challenging, frightening, and exhausting our lives have been this year, tonight I want to celebrate the good things we've witnessed. Things that for me exemplify the true meaning of Christmas. I've been overwhelmed this year by the community spirit on Anglesey. The way that people here approached the pandemic was a true reflection of the fundamental principles that we find in the Christmas message. As far back as 1889, the American magazine said, "To give up one's very self, to think only of others, how to bring the greatest happiness to others, that is the true meaning of Christmas." And we've seen so many people doing just that this year. We've seen key workers in the NHS, essential shops, schools, care homes, and more go above and beyond the call of duty to help others, often at their own risk. We've seen hundreds of volunteers work together in dozens of networks across the island, networks that have, in many cases, now been drawn together by Medra Morn and given support to keep going beyond the current crisis. We've seen individuals and families put themselves out to help and support their vulnerable neighbours. We've seen small acorns of ideas, like the Anglesey Acts of Kindness Facebook page, grow into great oaks that have made real and tangible differences to people's lives. We've seen temporary food deposit boxes spring up in villages across the island so that people could shop locally and still boost the local food banks, making sure that no one went hungry. These acts have not been governed by policy or legislation. They were not driven by politicians or the rule of law. They were acts that have come from the heart. These are acts that give us faith in our fellow man, love for one another, and hope for a brighter future. They exemplify the principles that Christ brought with him to that manger in Bethlehem. I know that just now it can be difficult to be optimistic, but we've witnessed so much good this year that really we should be celebrating. Not just celebrating the birth of Christ, but celebrating the way in which we've come together this year in a spirit of love and charity and truly demonstrated the Christmas message he gave us. I wish you all a very happy Christmas and a peaceful new year. Nadolig llawen, y blwyddyn newydd dda.